2009, I built my business online using the methods that we've been learning here, using social media and free, essentially, network marketing online. And it worked out pretty darn well. I mean, honestly, the house that I'm actually in, that I'm standing in, was the down payment and was furnished and remodeled, and we just began to live a life of the vision that I had cast. But in 2009, I did something different that absolutely threw that dynamite on the fire. So that's what we're going to learn today, because some of you are, maybe you're working the LinkedIn lead system, and maybe you're a bit frustrated with the speed. But see, what you gotta know is that you gotta fill that pipeline. So let's get to what the magic, if there's magic, sauce now that I did starting in 2009. So does everybody see that screen share okay? All right, good. Oh, I went out of, come on. View, present, not full screen. Let's try again. Anyway, I just love this. This is fun. It's down here. Cool. All right. So from hippie mama to, and being humble as anything, trust me, to semi-celebrity, which is what you're going for, right? In your local market as well as online. So as I said, what I've taught, what I teach has absolutely been a blessing. And I don't care if you've never done network marketing in your life. If you just start from the beginning with the prospecting and then the marketing that's taught, you can build that business and build it faster than you think. So we're going to demystify social media here a little bit, because I know that people who've never worked on social media, if I'm ever teaching or speaking and I start to speak on social media, sometimes people literally just tune out. Now, for some of you, you're like, social media is my life. Like, there's no way I could build a business without social media. But some people literally tune out because they get a sense of overwhelm. So I just start by saying that social media is simply an advertising outlet. Okay, it's just an advertising outlet. And your goal is to get as many people in front of the information as possible. So your social media presence and what you're doing there is just an amazing free way. Okay, free, if it's for free, it's for me. That's how I built my business 99.9% of the time. And I'll show you why free actually ends up, well, I'm sure there's people that would argue that they've advertised in scale, but I'm just working from my experience, right? But what you should know is that you're working with the end goal in mind. Okay, so your end goal is lead generation and booking those appointments. You're gonna fill the pipeline. And if you're not happy with the quality or quantity of people that you're filling your pipeline with right now, if you haven't put people in front of a presentation, then it's time that we throw some dynamite on the fire. And we're going to do that by working with what I think of as a warmer market. Okay, so don't get scared. I'm still not going to go tell you to build a business to your friends and family. Okay, don't freak out. I'm not that one, though they were my first customers. Hello, of course. But just if you're newer, or if you need to get this into your head, when you're working with LinkedIn, if you're working in the cold market, you're in the zone where those people are going to take more contacts. You're going to take more contacts to set the appointments, period. It's just the facts. How many will it take? I can't tell you. What if it took 100 contacts before you got one person to watch the presentation? I can't tell you. It could be 5. But my point is, because they are on the cold side, it's going to take more context to set appointments. It's going to take more qualifying to get a good lead out of them, though it's easier if you're searching for the right people in the first place. And it's going to take more follow-up. You've heard the words, the fortunes in the follow-up. Well, it's going to take more follow-up to take these people and bring them on as team builders. That's just the facts. And if anybody's told you anything different, then you're living in Wonderland. And we've got to be real, just straight about what it takes to build a business massive. And if you're going to be working in a market that is colder, it's going to take more numbers. Is everybody okay with me being like super honest about that? Okay, good. Because the system works, so you got to work it. So I've got this nice little graphic here, and I just want you to look at the side. And, you know, if you imagine this top is like the red hot, you know, those are the people that are closest to you. They already know, like, and trust you. And then even in this lukewarm area, it gets warmer or colder as it goes down. Okay? So if you've got referrals from your warm market, they're warmer. Networking, ding, 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 is going to bring you more warmer. And then you get to vendor events and then social media connections. Now, I did mention that cold leads are the coldest. And, you know, people would argue, well, if you have thousands of them, then it all works out. And that may be true. But for what we're doing on LinkedIn and using social media, it is really a matter of quality over quantity. And you can do what I'm teaching with this stick of dynamite. So what I recommend is that you are building up your pipeline faster by growing your online social media network in a way that you might not have considered yet. But it is the most powerful way to do so. So we're going to be working with what I think of as the warmer market. Now, I'm still not telling you to go to the block party. Okay, I'm still not even telling you to what we call, oh my gosh, my brain just completely lost. Whatever, to connect with people everywhere, the 3-foot rule. I'm not actually even telling you that. I am telling you to go and connect with the people who are already connected. So just like we're on LinkedIn to build a business of influencers, right? To build a business of people who are already well connected. We're going to do the same thing in our local community. Now, if this freaks you out, just take a deep breath like I did. And remember, I was a mom, work-at-home mom. Yes, I had built a business online, but I had zero credibility and zero connections in my local community. None. I start from scratch, just like some of you may well do, okay? So what I did was I actually went to what are called business networking events. You've heard me talk about this. And we talk about the difference between, you know, going to the block party and looking to recruit, or going to the business networking event and educating people about what you do and asking for referrals, warming people up, educating them about what you do. So this method I'm going to give you right now, and what I'm telling you to do right now, is to get your buns out there and connect with as many people as possible. Now, the golden ticket here is not to go in there and kind of meet 3 people and sit on your hands and hope. Okay, so hoping is not a strategy. What every single business networking group you're going to go to, you're going to pick up every single person's card. Everyone. Every single person's card, you're going to pick them up. Because when you come home, you're going to wrap your social media arms around them. You're going to do what you're doing. Okay, we're going to do what we already know how to do. You're going to connect with them on LinkedIn. You may choose to connect with them on Facebook. Okay, those are the 2 major ones that you would want to connect with them. So the key is you may find a couple of people that you get to connect with really well. You get a good heart connection, or, you know, good, you know, oh, I got a good one. This is going to be a new friend. This could be a new referral partner. This could be a great person. I made a great contact today. You may find 2 or 3 when you go, but you've got everybody else's card. So you're going to go home and you're going to send them a little note that says, hey, we met today briefly at the blah, blah, blah meeting. Would love to connect. And when they say, yeah, I'd like to connect, then you're going to, ask them if they'd like to sit down to find out if you'd make good referral partners in the community. Okay. So you do this, and this is how you're going to begin to grow your contacts with quality people. There's nothing that's ever going to replace that actual eye-to-eye connection, okay? That eye-to-eye, the heart-to-heart, real person connection. Video does a really good job of it, no question, but this is going to actually build your network fast. So another major way to do this, like super fast, and I love vendor opportunities. And the key to a vendor opportunity is not standing behind the table and the customers that come to the table. That's great, of course. But the key to the vendor opportunity is getting there early and getting everyone else's business card and saying hello and going home at the end of the day, knowing full well that, yeah, you got your fishbowl with your drawing for the customers. That's all awesome. But what's the most important thing? It's those people. It's those other vendors. They are your key. Okay, so I just gave you a way that you can not only go into, networking groups and don't drive yourself crazy, but what if this week you went and you met 40? It's not hard. You could go to 2 meetings and meet 40 people that are literally the business people in your community. Suddenly, you're starting to get known, right? And you go and you grab those 40. And what if here sometime within the next month, you could set up a vendor opportunity? And at that vendor opportunity, there's 50 other vendors. So now you have like close to 100 people that you're connected to locally. This is it. And then you can connect through their connections, right? That's the way this works. So to 10x your efforts. So you have been building up, if you've been watching and learning, if you're in the LinkedIn lead system, you've been building up your online presence, right? But right now it's going to a cold market that you are warming up. But what if now you've got 100 people. By next month, you've got 300 people. By the summertime, you literally have a new 500 plus people local. Is that possible? It is if you work it. It doesn't have to be all belly to belly, because now you're linking through those connections, right? And you're going to do the marketing side to take them from acquaintance to know, like, and trust, possible referral partner, even better, a team builder, okay? So, as I say, this is how you're gonna blow up your business. It's not a joke. Because I did this afraid. So it was 2009, mom went out. I did exactly this. And we saw something that I'm sure Jeff has seen. I saw the local explosion, and I saw the local explosion go international. Because why? These people are connected to others on social media. You see, you're still using social media to build your business. You really are. It's just it's a way to warm things up and get things going faster. So now, I think people do get overwhelmed when we talk about social media, and I still say that you absolutely just master LinkedIn, that you don't really need to get your head overwhelmed with the rest of them. I kind of split these into 2. I've got, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, because video is king. There's no question video is king. But these others, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, Pinterest, you don't have to mess with them unless you just want to syndicate is the word. If you've not heard that word before, all it means is you use a tool like Buffer or Hootsuite or Ask Edgar. There's a bunch of them. But anyway, Buffer is the easiest one, I think. And syndicate, all it means is you put it all out there across the board with one button, so that you are not spending all your time. You are not a social media manager. That's not your job. Your job is not to be a social media marketer. Your job is to fill the pipeline. Your job is to prospect, right? So another major tip I can give you is that once you've created some content that you're warming people up with, you can reuse it. Just reuse it. The people that you're meeting today, didn't see the stuff that you posted last month. So you don't have to make yourself so crazy about the marketing side so much. Knowing that it's okay, I'm giving you permission to reuse your content.
Hey, Melanie,
Yeah.
tell me again, what's Buffer?
Buffer is, okay, so Buffer is this magic little site. It has a free version. And with the free version, you can literally you could put one social media profile, which would be LinkedIn on it. And boom, what you do is you can actually put your settings for what time of day you want your stuff to go out, right? And you just load up content. So if I'm going to educate, engage, and entertain, not so much entertain on LinkedIn though. That's kind of, just think of that. Educate and not entertain. What is it? Okay. Anyway, if you're going to post that content to Buffer, and it'll go out for you. So as you can see, let's see if I've got any more going out this week. Oh, I better get in here. Okay, so let me just go back.
Yeah, I don't want to take you off your train. Is there a tutorial that people could go to learn about Buffer?
If you go to Buffer, it will totally tell them how to use it.
Perfect.
So, yeah,
Perfect.
It's not that hard. But as you can see, like I had it all loaded up last week. I wasn't even on LinkedIn, but it looked like I was. That's a time saver, right? Because what do you want to be doing when you're on LinkedIn? You actually just want to be talking to people. The prospecting side is where the money is. So if we're using Buffer, you can kind of put the content there and let it run. And yes, you can use the videos within Buffer. I don't find it that technically challenging, but then again. So I'm going to give you a template, not a template, but a schedule. Because again, it doesn't have to be that much content that you're posting to keep these people engaged. So let me just paint the picture again. You've got these people that you've connected with local, and you're growing your network through their network, right? So the goal is to actually take them from, knowing you, to actually trusting you, comparing you to your competitors, and wanting to do business with you, right? So you as an individual would run yourself ragged trying to be that person to all of the people that you meet in real life. But when you're on social media, you're wrapping your social media arms around them. So you're moving from just an acquaintance to somebody that you want to do business with faster because you're in front of them more often than you could ever possibly be physically in front of them. And plus, some of these meetings are only like once a month anyway. So obviously that would take a ridiculous amount of time, right? So what I recommend is a simple content schedule to stay in front of them. We call this drip marketing, or staying top of mind. Okay, either way you want to, staying top of mind is what we're looking to do. So the content for the week doesn't have to be anything over the top on LinkedIn. That's one of the reasons why I love the platform. You don't have to be on there 24/7 to get results. In fact, you've got if you post once a day, you're probably posting plenty. Seriously. So what I recommend on a weekly basis would be something like one video post, one blog post, which actually isn't a blog. I'll get over to that in a minute. One branded image. So something that is branded to your company or you. And then a couple of education posts that are related to your industry. So if we're talking about, either what the Hilo does, or something like BioZen, or you can actually educate in that realm, but you can also very much educate in the realm of, because this is, remember, we're recruiting, right? You could very much educate in the realm of, do you have enough money to retire, or money to put kids through college? Just the state of people wanting more in a way that they can in the home-based business industry. You can educate around those topics. And you don't have to do any more than that. Don't let it overwhelm you. but come up with a few posts, load on the buffer, let them run while you're prospecting. And I do just want to touch on what a blog post is, because it's not actually a blog on LinkedIn. It's an article. So when I say post a blog on LinkedIn, it's actually an article. So you could take, you could write it. You could also kind of rewrite a blog post and educate people around electrosmog or anything that the Hilo actually addresses, right? I mean, heck, we could educate people on keeping our loved ones safe, even, right? Any of the above, you could educate people on. And you use a article to do so. And the article sits there all the time, which is really nice, because the article doesn't just go through the feed and disappear. It actually stays right on your profile. And when people visit your profile, it ends up on the left side. And so when people land on your profile, see how it's broken up into two pieces? Your articles will always be over here. So they kind of, and whereas your activity will just kind of like a Facebook feed goes and goes and goes. Yes, they can click on it, which is cool. But your articles will always be separated out on the left. So it's kind of it's a great way to have your marketing out there on a, I'm not going to say more permanent basis, but it's definitely more permanent. And you can reshare your articles again. So if you write once a day, in 30 days, you could literally have Buffer reshare the same article. You don't have to come up with new content all the time. All right. So one of the keys to this is, and I'm going to be honest, it's the work less and make more money. Okay? We're going to work less, make more money. And sometimes that means going all out for a portion of time so that you can then back off, right? So going all out for that portion of time may mean getting out of your comfort zone, learning how to do that 30-second commercial so that you can go to the business networking group and meet some awesome people, bringing them home and applying the, wrapping your social media arms around them. That's going to take a input of energy. Then you're going to load up your buffer so that, you load up your buffer so that you can stay in front of them, but you're also going to actually like inbox them and do all the things that we talk about, right? You're not just going to like connect and like back off. That's really weird when people do that, I think. And they like friend you or just connect and they don't actually like say anything. It's like, oh, cool. Where are we here? So definitely do the actual engaging with them, especially on LinkedIn with all the ways that we teach to engage. But the beauty of this, so you do that, and then you can essentially, you can let it work for you. And when you're using Buffer, you're creating the illusion that you are online all the time. And but you're not. You're not actually spending all of your time doing this. And I think that's, we're here for time freedom. We're here to do this the most effectively and efficiently. And we're not here to let this, take every moment of our time. So what I just gave you today is really some of the most powerful juice that I've used to grow influence faster and market in an automated fashion to stay in front of those people. And as far as I know, nobody taught me this. I did this because I was already doing the online piece before I went offline. And there's no way in the world I wouldn't have integrated the two. Like that, it just had to happen. Like, I think I was probably in 2009, one of the first people to be walking around Facebooking everyone. They didn't necessarily even do that, right? But it's been really, really profitable, extremely profitable. So a little more on the how to stay top of mind. So we've got these wonderful groups on LinkedIn, and your contacts that you're making local may or may not be in these groups. But regardless, you can take like your articles or a prime thing, and I'll show you exactly how you would do that. So if I want to share this, I can share it straight to LinkedIn. I can click on this little arrow here, and I haven't shared it yet. So this would take a long time. I'm not going to do all of it for you, but I'll show you how I would do it. Share to LinkedIn. It doesn't take that long. I shouldn't say it takes longer than we're going to do on a training. You can either share it as an update, but I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share it to groups. Post to groups. And I'll add a little title and a discussion. Again, I don't overthink this. Half the time I'm barely thinking. Is that fair to say? I would literally like take this, copy, and paste. And then I'll go and take this first line and I'll copy and paste. Like literally, because if I already took the time to like write that before, it's got to be kind of smart. So but what I'm going to do is I'm part of, I don't know how many groups at this point, but what I do is I literally just start typing A. Okay, there's one, affiliate. B. Okay, oops, I'm in the wrong place here. I need to be up here. What I'm typing is the letter of, and here I'm coming up with, I'm going to make this big so you can see. What it's doing is it's pulling up all the names of the groups I'm in. B. Do you see what I'm doing? And then I'm just going to hit C. So my point is, I am posting to groups, but there's no way in the world I am doing it one at a time. So I just gave you another major time-saving tip. Join the groups.
I'm not seeing what you're doing, Melanie.
You're not. Let me hit share. This was important. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, people. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back real quick. I'll do it faster. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Okay. Real quick. I went to my article. I hit LinkedIn, share. It pops up. And I'm going to share it to groups. All I did was copy copy some stuff, so it's going to go with me to the group. You see how fast I'm doing this? Because this is really how I hope people will work, that they won't overthink it and they'll just get stuff out there. Because what happens is this may well go to, this will probably be sent out in a broadcast to all the members of this group. So there'll be like they'll get a weekly digest, and your article may end up in the box of thousands of people. Okay, so all I'm doing to save time, I'm not sharing this individually to each group. I'm literally just putting all of the groups in one go. And I'm just going to stop there so you can see. But I literally go A to Z. I pull them all in one go. I hit share, hands off. And it went. And it can go to 50 groups at once. Are all of them going to post it? No. Do I care? No. What if 25 of them post it? What if 10 of them send it out in a digest? What if I now get, instead, because this one hasn't been shared to groups yet, I can tell. What if instead of 39 eyes, I now have 390 eyes on the same article? And all I did was share it to groups. This is another way that you look like you're everywhere, but you're nowhere. You did it in 5 minutes. Okay?
Hey, Melanie, real quick. Are you using and paying for Sales Navigator within LinkedIn?
I am now. Yeah, but it's not necessary to do what I'm teaching today, but I am. Yeah.
Okay. So can you do this, what you're doing right now? Next question, on free LinkedIn?
Mm-hmm.
You can.
Absolutely,
okay.
Yes. Yeah, and it's actually even more important for people who have a free account, because when you have a free account, the key to getting more contacts is people requesting to contact with you.
Okay.
So when you're in a lot of groups and you're doing what I'm going to share next, that's how you get more people requesting to contact you. Because it gets harder to look and contact people when you have a free version, because you have a limited number of people that they'll even let you look at. So yes, what I just shared with you is totally part of the free version. The only thing Sales Navigator does, it's all about searching for people and seeing as many as you want, and it gives you other in-mails and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, this is from Fran. What if you find something you want to post and there's no LinkedIn button? I have encountered articles that do not have the LinkedIn button.
Then you're just going to, like, if it was off of LinkedIn, you're just going to, if you're talking about something that's not yours, Fran, you're going to take the whole URL. So you can take the whole website like this, copy that, and then you would go to home. I'm just taking the LinkedIn link, but it could be from anywhere, right? And you're going to actually post it as a link. Okay. So if you can't hit the LinkedIn button, you're going to post it as a link and it will pull it in.
She says you're brilliant,
Fran.
And one more thing, this is a good tip, guys. Military can get free premium for a year.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
That's very good. And do you need to be a member of the groups you choose to share articles to?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Otherwise, you can't pull them in to even share there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And not everybody will approve your, again, I'm just being, you got to know these things. Don't be like, oh, nobody's sharing my stuff. Well, then you need to be part of more groups because not everybody will share your content. Some of those groups are designed just to promote themselves. And they're also just protecting themselves. Sometimes people are posting very much direct sales messages versus education. So we're educating when we're sharing into groups. We're not sending, direct sales type of or direct marketing type of messaging in there. All right. So we're sharing just once or twice a week. Don't get overwhelmed with it. Just do that because it will expand your reach. It will have more people looking at you, which actually is a really good point. Let me, for those of you who have a free account, if you make it a habit every day to go to, actually it's over here. If you go every day to the place where it says who viewed your profile, as a free version, a free account, they will show you the first few. If you let them pile up, then they're going to start to go, down and you won't be able to see them. It will say upgrade to see the people who have seen your profile. But if you're free, you can come here on a daily basis or 5 times a week, whatever, in the time that you're doing, and come and see who saw you, who looked at you, because you might have one of the best, prospects ever that you can connect with, right? Definitely. So who viewed your profile is one of the most valuable pages on LinkedIn. Trisha. Hi, Trisha. I bet you're here. Okay. So the next thing, and we're at, good. Okay. So I gave you kind of a schedule for what to do. We're going to focus a little bit on mixing it up. So I want to remind you that you are not a commercial. Your job is to get people to lean in so you can ask them if they're open. And if they're open, you're going to use the commercial that World created. Okay? So World has created all of that marketing, the websites, the education, they have done that for you. So your job is to have people lean in, and that would be by posting educational, somewhat entertaining, but even more engaging. That's the other E I was looking for. Engaging content. So engaging with questions is one of the best way, because if somebody, I've got a post that's got like 12,000 views. Free, you don't pay for this stuff on LinkedIn to get views, right? But I've got a post that's got like 12,000 views, and they're certainly not all my contacts because I don't even have that many, right? And that's because I asked an engaging question. Because just like anywhere else, if your question's getting answered, then all of their contacts are seeing that activity, and they'll come and see yours, right? So asking engaging questions. And you could ask people like, I just thought of one actually because it's kind of personal. And this is a customer, it is definitely still a customer question, but you can wrap it around business. So let's say, we could say, how many of you have aging parents who you would really love to know 24/7 that they were well, right? You could ask that question. And then, but then you could ask a second question of the people who respond, which is, how many people do you think you saw the replies on my thing? How many people do you think you know who have parents like that? Would you be open to an opportunity to work with a company that has a technology that can help those people have peace of mind? See, so it's that. So I just gave you kind of a golden thread. So you could go on that thread, or you go on their own. Like, how many of you are, again, let's go personal. How many of you really would rather not go to the emergency room to get an EKG? You would rather have it on your wrist, right? And not have it had to go to the emergency room. Like, it's personal. But then again, you get the replies, and then the question is, well, you see all these people this is a in-demand product, who would be open to an opportunity to put this in more people's hands, right? So engaging questions are key. And the other thing that you absolutely can and should, and it's not on this slide, but am I showing the slide? Nope, see? I am, good. All right. It's not on this slide, but you should, is lifestyling. Anytime that you're just getting to enjoy life because of the business that you're a part of, whether it's connecting with really amazing people, which is something we are blessed to do all the time. Like, literally, if you're sitting in an event with people, take pictures, post that you're there. It shows, number one, that you're serious about what you do. You're actually engaged in your business, so you're more likely to actually know what to do to lead somebody else. And so definitely post. Lifestyling is more like, actually, you're on the boat, which would be nice all the time, right? But it can also be showing yourself in the act of doing business, right? So that's that. And then the other thing, and this really will help people who have a free account, what I call strategic commenting. Okay, so you want to get eyeballs on you. You want people to request you as a connection to increase the number of connections you have fast. Let me get a hand. Yeah? Okay. So you're going to go to people who have a massive following. Can you give me a name, Jeff? Give me somebody who you think may have a massive following.
Eric Worre.
There we go. Can't go wrong with Eric, obviously. Now, what I actually have taught my husband to do, see? As easy as this. Watch. You come down, go to articles. You're going to scroll back sometime. Don't go for the newest one necessarily, because they may not have as many people. Scrolling back. Going to find something that I like. Duplication. Yeah. Beautiful. And you're going to like, but more important, you're going to comment. So you commenting on Eric Worre's stuff. The fact is, people come back to this when they see that somebody else commented on what they commented or what they liked. It shows up to them. So, but here, let me just tell you something. Don't just post thanks. That's lame. Take 4 minutes, maybe 3. Take 3 minutes to skim the article. Okay? Don't overthink this stuff. Like, okay, leadership, yep, heck yeah, do it. You got to do it. You can't duplicate what you don't do. Don't leave people in the dust. Heck yeah. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Go 10x your connections like yesterday. Make this work fast. Success loves speed. Okay. So yeah, I agree with you, Eric. You're amazing. And give a little bit of feedback about those things. You could even just like kind of bullet point it, not really, but I totally agree that, being, speed of the leader, he didn't say speed of the leader, speed of the pack, but you can say that and it says, I actually read this thing, which I didn't, but does not matter. I'm going to say that, right? Totally. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Boom. Post. Now, what happens is all 140 people who liked it, may well get a notification. It'll show up in their feed. The people who commented definitely do. If I wanted to, I can even show that I'm a good LinkedIn citizen by sharing Eric's stuff. Yep, because you actually get like kudo points when you get kudo points for sharing stuff on LinkedIn. It's not so much like, you probably wouldn't do this as much on other social media platforms because you wouldn't want to like send somebody to somebody else's blog. But on LinkedIn, sharing other thought leaders stuff, when you know that they're not, actively recruiting, that would be important, I would think. Then you get LinkedIn points. Bing, 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 social currency. Melanie just got social currency. You can do this all day long. All right. Cool. So just to recap, today was maybe a little different. Some of you might have even gotten a little shot in the gut when I said you got to get out there and do this thing, right? But what I will tell you is the 100% fact is that your future, can you see this? Your future is not at all related to your current conditions. It is 100% related to your vision. And if you're going to create the vision of you being an international recruiting superstar, right, of having a life of your dreams, then you've got to develop the habits, habits of the wealthy, habits of the healthy. I can't find the word habit. I've got everything else. You got to create the habits. I'll put habits of the wealthy out there. Habits of leadership. And habits of productivity. Okay? And those things ultimately become your character. And it's your character that determines your future. Okay? And that's the facts. So if what I just told you kind of freaked you out a little bit, just know that it's part of the vision. It's part of your bigger vision. And what I really learned was, in order to lead the most number of people effectively, I had to learn how to do this thing every which way possible so that you can effectively help people with different personalities to build the way that they want to build. Because if they love to do an in-home, you better get good at it. You better teach them how, all right? If they love the idea of if they're already well connected, hello, show them exactly how to go out into the business networking group and blow up their business using social media. Wrap their arms around them. Get her done. All right, so.
Love. Stop share.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to, are you going to promote anything else?
Yeah, sorry. Hi, sorry. There we go. Boom. Okay. So you don't have to, do this thing on your own. Venturing into the wild west of LinkedIn. I say LinkedIn is like the wild, wild west of social media, and there is gold in them there hills for those who know how to prospect. And I teach you how to prospect. So if you go to melaniemilitics.com/social world, that's where your journey begins. You can get a LinkedIn system checklist and a LinkedIn 101 training. So today was kind of like, whoa, what was she saying? Go there and watch that, and that will help you to kind of catch up. There we go. And I will post that in the chat as well for those of you who are
beautiful. Can we please show her some love on the chat, guys? This is all being recorded, so she could go back and see this. That we do appreciate her time. We don't pay her for doing this. And, it's amazing. And we really appreciate you, Melanie. This was unbelievable. I mean, I got notes all over the place. And I love the message of speed. Filling up your funnel fast. Because as soon as you guys, here's the magic number that I have found. Once you get 500 people in your pipeline, there's always consistent business. Always. You're not wondering who to talk to. You're not wondering who's coming through your funnel. But the one point she made, which was so powerful, it might take you 90 days, 120 days. And the problem in network marketing is we do it 1 month and we stop. right? It's consistently filling up that funnel, consistently. So after 6 months, it's like a flow, right? How many people are going to fall through this week? It's not if, it's how many. But it takes sometimes 4 to 6 months to fill up this funnel consistently. So I love it. And Lisa's doing the thumbs up about going to networking events. And one more tip, when you get the cards and you follow through on the social media, make sure they remember you when they see your post. Make an impact. Be the person that smiled, engaged before you take your card. Don't just take cards. Okay,
Right.
Be memorable. Be memorable. Say, oh, I remember that person. That was the only person in the networking group smiling. That was the only one that asked me questions. And that helps you take it to the next level. Be memorable. Right, Melanie?
Absolutely, 1,000%. It's be interested, not interesting.
Yes.
You can be interesting in your 30-second commercial. Yeah, because that's all you got. But from that point on, you're interested.
Yes.
Awesome.
Do you see the love you're getting?
I love you all. You're amazing.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Melanie. This has been recorded. It'll be up in about 10 minutes. So, guys, big round of applause for Melanie. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks once again, Melanie.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.